Aisha Khan was 28 when the doctor looked at her with careful eyes and said the word that would change everything: cancer. Stage 2 breast cancer. She sat in the clinic in Lahore, holding her husband Faisal's hand, feeling the ground disappear beneath her feet. Faisal squeezed her fingers and whispered, "We'll fight this together, John." At that moment, she believed him. The months that followed were a blur of chemotherapy, vomiting, hair loss, and hospital smells. Aisha's once thick black hair fell out in clumps. Her skin turned pale and her body grew weak. Faisal stayed by her side in the beginning, posting supportive stories on Instagram and bringing her favorite juices. But slowly, the mask slipped. One stormy evening in July, Aisha returned home early from a chemo session because she felt too dizzy to continue. As she pushed open the door of their DHA apartment, she heard voices from the living room. "You think I signed up for a sick wife?" Faisal's voice was sharp with frustration. "Treatments are costing a fortune. She might not even survive. I have my career, my future." Then came her mother's voice, cold and practical. The same tone she used in board meetings. "We understand, Beta. That's why we are offering you 10 million rupees in cash. Divorce her quietly. Start fresh. We'll handle Aisha. She doesn't need to be a burden on you or our family reputation." Her father added firmly, "Our textile business and social standing matter. People will talk. A daughter with cancer is already difficult. A divorced daughter with cancer. We'll manage, but you should be free." Aisha stood frozen in the hallway, her dupatta slipping from her bald head. The betrayal cut deeper than any needle she had endured. She took out her phone with trembling hands and recorded the rest of the conversation. When she finally stepped into the room, all three faces turned white. She played the recording. Faisal didn't even try to deny it. "I'm sorry, Aisha. I'm not strong enough for this life." Her parents tried to justify. "We did it for you too. You deserve someone who truly wants to stay." That night, Aisha packed one suitcase, her medical files, and whatever dignity remained. She left the luxurious apartment and moved into a small, dingy room in Johor town that her best friend Sarah helped her find. Sarah, a young doctor, was the only person who stood by her like a rock. "You will beat this cancer. And one day you will make them regret breathing the same air as you," Sarah promised. The divorce papers came quickly. Faisal took the blood money. Her parents cut off all financial help, calling it tough love. Aisha sold her jewelry to pay for remaining treatment cycles. Nights were the hardest, crying alone, wondering why the people who were supposed to love her had thrown her away when she needed them most. In the middle of her pain, something unexpected happened. Weak and bald, Aisha started drawing again. She sketched women rising from ashes, broken wings turning into flames, phoenixes in traditional Pakistani patterns. She created an Instagram page called @Phoenix Threads PK and began selling digital prints and custom illustrations. Her first big break came when a cancer awareness organization saw her work and commissioned a full campaign. The post, "Divorced by Cancer," went viral across Pakistan. Messages poured in from other women, survivors, abandoned wives, fighters. For the first time in months, Aisha felt seen. She completed her treatment. The scans came back clear, cancer-free. But the real healing had only just begun. 3 years later, Aisha was 31. Her hair had grown back thick and wavy. Her brand Aisha Reborn had exploded. What started as digital designs became a full luxury modest fashion label. Elegant kurtas, abayas, and bridal wear with powerful embroidered motifs of resilience. A Dubai-based investor discovered her at a Lahore fashion event and poured money into the business. Within months, her clothes were selling in high-end malls in Pakistan, UAE, Malaysia, and even London. Revenue crossed several crores. She bought a beautiful house in Baria town and drove a white Range Rover. Along the way, she met Dr. Zain Malik. He was 35, an oncologist who had later become a venture capitalist. He had first seen Aisha at a survivor speaking event where she shared her story without bitterness. Zain was drawn to her quiet strength. Their courtship was slow, respectful, and genuine. He admired her mind and her heart. They married in a small, beautiful nikah ceremony with only close friends and Zain's loving family. No drama, only peace and deep respect. Zain's mother hugged Aisha and said, "You are the daughter we always prayed for." Aisha had kept all the proof, the voice recording, bank transfer statements her mother had made through a mutual friend. Faisal's later desperate emails when her success made him regret everything. She never planned to use them until the invitation came. Mr. and Mrs. Ahmed were throwing a grand retirement party after selling their textile empire for a huge profit. The event was at Pearl Continental Lahore, hundreds of guests. crystal chandeliers, live kawali, and elite social circles. Faisal was also invited, now married to a younger woman and living comfortably on the money he had received for abandoning his sick wife. Aisha decided to attend. On the evening of the party, she walked in wearing a stunning emerald green gown from her own label. Subtle phoenix patterns were embroidered in gold thread along the sleeves and hem. Zayn walked beside her in a perfectly tailored black sherwani, tall and confident. They made a striking couple. The entire hall fell into a stunned silence as they entered. Her mother saw her first. The glass slipped from Mrs. Ahmed's hand and shattered on the marble floor. Aisha? Her father turned pale. Beta, you came. Aisha smiled calmly. Assalamu alaikum, Abu, Ami. Congratulations on your retirement. You seem to have celebrated very well after throwing away your only daughter. Whispers spread like wildfire. Old family friends and aunties pulled out their phones. Faisal, standing near the sweets table with his new wife, looked like he had seen a ghost. Aisha had arranged a surprise with the event manager. The large projector screen that was supposed to show nostalgic family photos suddenly changed. Instead of happy memories, it displayed the truth. Her bald chemo photos and hospital records. The bank transfer of 10 million rupees to Faisal. Faisal's own confession messages. News clippings of Aisha Reborn's success. Awards, international exports. And her charity foundation for cancer patients. Beautiful photos of her nikah with Zayn. The hall gasped audibly. Aisha took the microphone with steady hands. Her voice was clear and strong. 3 years ago, when I needed my family the most, I was sold off for 10 million rupees. My husband was paid to leave me. My parents called me a burden. Today, I stand here cancer-free, successful, and happily married to a man who chose me when I had nothing. I did not come here to destroy anyone. I came to show that no one can decide your worth. Not even your own blood. She looked directly at her parents. I survived because I chose myself when you didn't. Her mother sank into a chair, sobbing. Her father's shoulders slumped in shame. Faisal tried to approach but Zayn stepped forward protectively. You lost the right to speak to my wife a long time ago. The party ended in chaos. Many guests left early. The story spread like fire on social media. #PhoenixAisha trended nationwide. Support poured in from thousands of women. In the weeks that followed, her parents tried to contact her, first with angry messages, then with tearful apologies. They had lost respect in their social circle. Faisal's second marriage collapsed under public shame and he lost his job. Aisha met her parents once, at their now quiet house. She sat across from them, composed. I forgave you the day success rang my doorbell, she said softly. But forgiveness does not mean I will forget or let you back into my life as before. You taught me my true value when you tried to throw me away. She quietly set up a cancer support foundation in their name, not for their glory, but as a final graceful act. Boundaries remained firm. She visited them occasionally on Eid, but never fully let them in. Zayn and Aisha expanded the brand further. They opened a rehabilitation center that helped women recovering from cancer and difficult divorces learn skills and start businesses. They traveled together, laughed often, and 2 years later welcomed a beautiful daughter. 5 years after that fateful retirement party, Aisha stood on the stage at an international women's conference in Dubai. She was 8 months pregnant with their second child. In the front row sat Sarah, Zayn holding their daughter, and at a respectful distance, her aging parents watching with regretful eyes. Betrayal broke me into pieces, Aisha told the audience, her voice steady and powerful. But those pieces rebuilt me stronger. Never let anyone, family, spouse, or society, convince you that your life is a burden when you are fighting for it. Rise. Always rise. She stepped down to thunderous applause. Zayn met her at the edge of the stage, kissed her forehead, and whispered, I'm so proud of you, my phoenix. Aisha smiled, looking at the life she had built with her own hands. The pain of the past had not disappeared, but it no longer defined her. She had turned betrayal into wings. And she flew. If this is your first time on the channel and you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.